Shalom, it's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. America is about to experience famine, unrest, and war on an unprecedented level. And nobody sees it. You know, I always wonder how the fall of Babylon would go. And I never imagined that it would be happening the way it's happening, where it seems like everything is working normally. It seems like everything is functioning normally. When you go out, you can be going to the school meetings with teachers and other parents, and you could just be out in the neighborhood, in the communities. You can be out and about at your local grocery, and it's like nobody sees what's happening. Somebody can ask you how you doing, and of course most people are going to say they're doing just fine, but most people aren't doing good at all. But nonetheless, things are bad, like real bad. And now things are going to go from bad to worse. And I got to be the bearer of bad news, unfortunately. Of course, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but what we're facing is nothing to be played with. It's time to start preparing for what's coming. It's time to start doing what it is you need to do. Donald Trump just signed a bill where $500 billion go towards artificial intelligence. $500 billion. A lot of people are going to get excommunicated from their jobs, and that's going to cause a great deal of unrest. The writings are written all over the wall. America was not built to last. And it should be very evident at this point that they have used the two political parties to play the people. On the left side, they made it so bad by warping and distorting what gender is, and by manipulating society with all of their delusions of grandeur. And they made it so bad that the world was just waiting on any levels of common sense. And we accept whatever is opposed to the maniacs that was in office. We will just accept anything, not realizing that we're at war right now. Y'all think Elon Musk threw up the Hitler salute for no reason? Yep, somebody said it. Same game, different names. And we sitting back watching this, right? We seeing all these executive orders. We seeing a lot of changes. We seeing the tariffs being brung in, replacing the Social Security system as we know it. More than likely, IRS would be done away with within a few years at the rate things are going. And we're not even seeing that what the goal is to have more control over the people. The goal is to have more control over the people. Meanwhile, the colonizers are buying up all of the land. They just took over the Gaza Strip. They're buying up all the land. And a few years from now, we're going to need produce. I can tell you this right now. We're going to need livestock. We're going to need a food source and a food supply outside of what this structure, this system is giving you. You're going to need it. And I'm telling you that it's time that you get yourself together, whatever it is you need to do, link up with the people you need to link up with now. You don't wait until it's too late. You don't wait until we are already down and out because the food trucks stop running. You don't wait until they implement the mark of the beast through all the smart cities. And now you can't buy or sell, say, if you bear the mark. You don't wait until it's over. See, brothers and sisters, I do realize a lot of you all get called conspiracy theorists. They say that you preach doom and gloom when you're trying to warn people. They say that you are tinfoil's hatsmen, or you or you're fear mongering. You know, you hear it all. They said the same thing to Noah. They said the exact same thing to Noah. It's like the writings are written all over the wall. And I ask you this, for those who believe that this is fear mongering to prepare, let me ask you this. When you went to the grocery store to get groceries for the week, was you scared? Did you do that out of fear? Did you get up and say, I'm going to go get my groceries because, you know, I'm afraid? Or did you do it to prepare for the week? So what I'm trying to explain to y'all is this, right? We're in a time that is very, very critical. Ever since Trump came into office, he just been changing things within the first 3 weeks. I'm talking about change after change after change. Why? Because they have to speed up the process. This is about control. This is about you willingly giving up your civil liberties. This is about Project 2030. This is about smart cities. This is why $500 billion was put into artificial intelligence. Why wasn't $500 billion put into the job market? I said, why wasn't $500 billion put into the job market? Why wasn't $500 billion given to small businesses if you want to stimulate the economy so bad? Why wasn't that poured into small businesses so they can get a leg up? Why in this country do small businesses suffer the most just for being independent? Y'all got to understand, there's going to come a choice in this land where you're going to have to make a choice. And the choice is going to be, are you going to get down or are you going to be self-sufficient? Are you going to get down with their program, put a computer chip in your hand or in your head? Or are you going to be on point enough to be linking up with people you're supposed to link up with and doing what it is you're supposed to do? Gathering yourselves together, O nation not desired. What are you going to be? What are you going to do? That's the question. It's a serious question. Because I could tell you this right now. America's going downhill. Like the Bible said, Mystery Babylon will fall. And the scriptures also tell you, if he was going to save this place, he would have already done it. If he was going to save this place, he would have already done it. There is no saving Babylon. It must fall. That's prophecy. And the Bible also tells you, woe to those who put their trust in man. Woe to those who put their trust in man. You sitting there putting your trust in a president that they're going to change everything. Do you understand how asinine that is? When over the president, you have the Congress. Over the Congress, you have the Trilateral Commission. Over the Trilateral Commission, You have the shadow government. We'll just call them that. Ran by the shadow people or the shadow beings. We battle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness and principalities. Presidents are not more than Manchurian candidates. We're supposed to have this knowledge. We're supposed to know this for years. The Bible validates that this place will fall. Jeremiah 51:9. We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches into heaven and is lifted up into the skies. Exactly. And that's what they're trying to do now. Stop people from going back to their own homelands. This is why they're trying to create a fear of flying. They're trying to create a fear of flying through sacrifice, through rituals, through sacred Masonic numerology, sending planes to the ground, weaponizing them. Why? Because they don't want you to travel. They don't want you to find your homeland. Some of you all got to find your homeland. Some of you all got to create it. They don't want you to be able to travel like that, because when people start waking up, Babylon is done before the powers that be are able to do what they need to do. I'm telling you right now, this country is going to fall, and real soon, sooner than later. If you look at the rate things are changing in that office, how many executive orders, how much changes that are very drastic. Very soon, you're going to be looking at a land full of famine. You're going to look at an uprising. Here the oppressors are sending all the Mexicans in the most massive deportation in United States history. And there's protests all in the streets. And I'm going to talk about these protests. There's hundreds and thousands of people protesting in the West Coast. Places like Texas as well, and Colorado, Los Angeles. People are protesting. Let me explain this for a moment, right? These protests are putting yourselves in harm's way. It's problem, reaction, solution. See, they didn't already got the reaction out of the people by making you go out there and protest. Not to mention there's hundreds and thousands of protests going on worldwide for democracy, right? Now, they created the problem. They brung illegal immigrants over that was committing crimes under the Biden administration. That created the problem. The solution was let's do a mass deportation, and the reaction was all these people out in the streets. Now, with all these people out in the streets, you know what they can do now? Martial law. Why? Because they've already passed the bill that says in civil unrest, military can now use deadly force on its own citizens. So they set the traps. When you think about how meticulous these people are, it's insane. They set the traps, lure people out, cause the anarchy, and then they're able to get what? More control. Then they're able to get more control. Because under martial law is absolute power. It's absolute power. It's going to get bad in America. It really is. When people realize that they've been duped, hoodwinked, and bamboozled, buying into the political system altogether, there's going to be a lot of angry people. There's going to be a lot of people who wasn't getting ready for what's to come. And there's going to be a lot of people in these streets. 500 billion towards AI. Why not 500 billion towards homelessness? Why not that? I mean, let me explain this to you. The world powers have been planning this for centuries. For centuries. It's not going to stop with one president. If you believe that, you are foolish. You got preachers and pastors believing that Donald Trump is going to save the world. Like, are you dumb? Are they not reading the Bible? Are they not reading the scriptures at all? If you in this broadcast, pound the like button. Get the likes up. Somebody says, let me get rid of this person right here. Boom. If I have a moderator president, let's get Richard out of the building. Yeah, Babylon is falling, man. Y'all gotta understand. Look, once the Department of Government Efficiency start making its runs and having this impact on the country as a whole, I can tell you this right now. You can expect the artificial intelligence to be running this country, running it. And just like the helicopter crash that took place in DC, like I said, I'm one of the first people, probably the only people online to say this, but nobody was flying that helicopter that hit a commercial airline. Nobody was flying that helicopter. There's Black Hawks that are totally AI autonomous. And guess what? Ain't nobody going to be running the government. It's going to be all AI. A series of codes and algorithms will be controlling our society. This is really going to be the Matrix. When I say this is the Matrix, I mean it is the actual Matrix, a digitized reality. This place is on autopilot. Look, what I've been trying to explain to a lot of people before, look, the government is already done. There is no government. You just have theater. There is no government. It's nothing but theater. That's all you seeing. Government been shut down. Yeah, that's right. America's on autopilot, just like that helicopter was that ran into that plane. Because if it was a human being flying it, there's no way in clear skies they wouldn't have been able to see that plane. And that was symbolic. A military helicopter hitting the American Eagle. What does that tell you? There will be an implosion in this country, and it's going to be done by the military. There will be a military implosion in this country. All of the bills and laws that they are passing, it gives the military the right to engage its own people. Absolute power corrupts. They've been playing the same game over and over. Use the left to radicalize society and give people the liberty to sin and live reckless and wicked, and then bring in the Republican Party to bring the judgment in, to lay the hammer down. It's the same game over and over. Somebody said, yep, agenda 31. I think you mean agenda 21. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If you wise, you're going to be prudent, because that's what the Bible says. The prudent foreseeth destruction and flee from it. The prudent foreseeth what's coming forth, and they actually position themselves to get away from harm. This is the same gospel that Christ was speaking when he said, if you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, flee into the mountains. Christ was saying that. Noah was saying, look, it's going to rain, it ain't going to stop. Stop the party's over. But when you say this, the average Christian don't want to hear it, because guess what? The churches are not teaching you. The churches are not telling you. The churches just want to tickle your ears. The churches want you to believe that you can be saved through faith without works, when the Bible says faith without works is dead. The pastor wants you to believe that everything is good and that your blessings are coming without keeping God's laws. I seen a video the other day. T.D. Jakes said that Adam is Adam is Eve's mother. Adam is Eve's mama because she came out his rib. Do you know how blasphemous that is? But y'all Christians gonna keep on playing, listening to these pastors, not understanding that the games that they playing gonna lead you right to hell. I don't think people understand how demonic these preachers are. Yeah, T.D. Jakes actually said that. Straight blasphemy. And none of these preachers and pastors are telling you what to look out for, what's going on in the country, what's happening politically, what's happening in the world in general. Look out for the mark of the beast. None of them telling you that. Because these pastors was the same ones telling you to go to Dr. Kevorkian and get the you know what. And guess what? A lot of these churches going to be processing centers for the mark of the beast. Because our people blindly follow it. Our people blindly follow these people. Babylon is about to have a lot of distress and civil unrest. We giving up our freedoms like it's nothing. Everybody want a cyber truck and cyber car and smart this and smart that. Not even realizing how dumb you are. You want electric this and all right. The writings are on the wall. They show you in their films. Leave the world behind. Guess what? All those smart cars, all those electric vehicles were sitting still. They was on the road not moving. They was on the road not moving when it was a time where you needed to get out. Trump is about to build a wall around this place, just like they did in Jerusalem in 70 AD. He wants to build a wall. Now, if you already deporting all of the criminals, what the hell's the wall for? Oh, y'all think to keep them from getting back in? Who the hell want to get back in after getting booted out? You think after ICE pull up at Home Depot and Amazon and on people's lawns and all of that, knocking on people's door, kicking down doors, you think after ICE ship you off, somebody going to test border control and try to cross back over here? No. That wall is to keep you in. Yep, World War Z. Just like in World War Z, when everybody was zombies trying to crawl over the wall. They hit that big wall. That wall was in World War Z. You better pay attention, man. They tell you what they're going to do, then they do it. And it's like we sit back and think that it's all a game. Yeah, that's a prison wall. Babylon is a prison. Yeah. It's about to be a whole purge out here, and a lot of people are not ready for that. Look, it's gonna come a time where you're gonna have to fight. It's gonna come a time where all that time you was up in the gun range and all of that, it may pay off. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that we got to do some legwork. Nobody want to hear that it may come a time where we got to pull up to some of these federal buildings like they was doing with the Black Panther Party. Nobody want to do that. Everybody want to be a social media icon, or everybody want to be entertained. It may come a time where you have to really pull up on something and take what's yours. It's too many cowards out there. It's really too many cowards out there. If I'm speaking with you boldly, right? The reason why we in the position we in right now, because it's too many cowards. It's too many cowards in Hollywood. It's too many cowards that are talking heads. It's too many cowards that are afraid to call out things as they are. It's too many people who walk on eggshells. It's too many people out here who are pusillanimous. And they don't want no type of issues. They don't want to strike nothing. A whole bunch of gatekeepers and weirdos. That's why it's not easy being real in this type of world. Real is rare. You don't get treated fair when you real, because you're going to call it like it is. If you can see something, you're going to say it. And in this system that we living in, it can be overwhelming sometimes, because the Bible even tell you that much knowledge bringeth much grief. It can be grieving and taxing to the soul, knowing when nobody want to hear the truth. It's real bittersweet knowing the truth. What makes it sweet is that you know how to move. You know how to prepare. You more observant, so you paying attention. You can see the writings written on the wall. You're not out here oblivious and green. But what makes it bitter is trying to explain to other people what's going on. Is like pulling teeth. It's like pulling teeth, man. But we are blessed that we know. That's a fact. Why everybody running around here like zombies? How the heck? I want to know, how do they do the same thing to us over and over, and we get this false hope for a president? They do the same thing every 4 years, and we really be believing something about the change in our personal lives based on the current administration. But it gotta be let me tell you something. It gotta be some high levels of sorcery. It gotta be a whole lot of programming. It gotta be a lot of magic that they doing to keep people in this bubble every 4 years. Instead of people saying, you know what, the hell with the politics. We gotta pull ourselves up by the bootstraps and stop playing around. These people ain't finna give us nothing. If we want something, we gotta start taking it. We gotta take advantage of our opportunities. We gotta build with people who are like-minded. We gotta keep our dollars in our own community at least 30, 40, 50 times. We gotta stop playing games. We gotta start, we gotta start living a lifestyle that seeks repentance and staying away from those toxic people, because all of that matters. All that matters. Somebody said, speak on it, Breed. I lost majority of my family because of knowing and talking about the very same things. Exactly. It really be like that. People want to, veer off from you when you start letting it be known that, hey, in the last days, man, that we living in, you may have to do something. It's not enough to just live comfortable. See, when you challenge people's perception, it knocks them out their comfort zone. It knocks them out their comfort zone. But it's gonna come a time where these roads gonna get shut down. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when them trucks stop running? What you gonna do when that 9 to 5 give you another ultimatum that if you don't go down there and get that chip put in your hand, then you're gonna be out of a job? What you gonna do then? What you gonna do when you are working a transportation business and that AI take over your job? I could tell you what some of y'all gonna do. Some of y'all gonna fight. Some of y'all gonna be out there protesting. And guess what? That's what they want you to do. Some of y'all gonna be out there doing what you do, and that's what they want you to do. But what you should have been doing is preparing. What you should have been doing is having a contingency plan. That's what you should have been doing. Because let me tell you now, they're not coming with, look, the military, they're not coming with rubber bullets no more. Tear gas, mace, rubber bullets, batons, tasers. They coming with AK-47s. They coming with AR-15s. They coming with the heavy artillery. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the Bible talked about how in the last days there will be bodies in the streets of Sodom and Egypt. Bodies. Imagine a world you living in, well, a country you living in, where you riding down the block and you seeing every 2 miles you just see a body with vultures picking at it, and then you gotta cross some type of border control, or you gotta cross some type of medium where they asking for you to scan your hand or asking for identification before you can go to the next city. That's what's coming to America. You can be comfortable all you want here. It's gonna get real. Let me tell you something. I was talking to my grandmother. My grandmother is 80, in her 80s. And in her 80s, with all the profound wisdom that she had, she was like, I could see the writings on the wall. Y'all, look, y'all generation y'all gotta get crops. Y'all gotta get gold. Y'all gotta get crops. Y'all gotta get land. Y'all gotta be planting food. That's her in her 80s. That's her message. That's her message to our generation. Because she can see it. She's lived through several dispensations where she can see what's going on from a vantage point of someone who's lived throughout depressions. I don't give a damn what none of these fools on social media are talking about. Ignore them. Anybody with any wisdom know what's going on. And look, regardless of what people say out there, brothers and sisters, what I want y'all to understand is the Bible don't change. We follow the scriptures over here. And the Babylonian Empire is destined to collapse. But a lot of people are not ready to process that. If you scared, go to church. The church ain't gonna tell you a damn thing. The church is not gonna tell you nothing that's going on in the world. They're not gonna get you prepared for this. You're gonna be right up at that church and you're gonna wave your chip through Apple Pay or whatever type of payment method they have, and you're gonna keep on filling that collection plate up. You're just gonna do it digitally. You're gonna be doing a digital collection plate. Wave your hand over the monitor as you go. Instead of dropping it in the bucket, you remember they used to pass the bucket around? Instead of dropping it in the bucket, you're gonna have, look, they're gonna have they're gonna have a tablet up there. And you're gonna walk up there and wave your hand while the preacher lay hands on you. Meanwhile, God's people who really know what's going on gonna be on their own land, planting crops, living in communities, weathering the storm, because that's what it's gonna take before Christ's return. That's why he said, gather yourselves together, plant ye gardens and build ye homes and dwell therein. He commanded us to do that. Christ himself said do that. Why? Because his return is not gonna happen till after we on point. He ain't gonna just look. The church then really brainwashed a lot of people. The church got you thinking that you could just sit on your hands and not do nothing and wait for Jesus to come back. No, that's what the 501c3 told you, so you will not be self-sufficient. So you can stay stagnant. So you can remain still. In actuality, Christ said, gather yourselves together. Now, of course, a lot of us don't have the means to do that right now, but what I'm saying is this. Consider making a contingency plan. Make sure your next move is your best move. You at the 9 to 5, you making thus amount of dollars, put something aside for your emergency fund where you can, purchase something that's sustainable for you. I was talking about this the other day. They got many houses at Home Depot for $10,000. Some of us pay at least half of that on internet each year. We pay half of that on internet and phone each year. Perhaps more. Trim the fat. Cut down some expenses and put it towards something that you can use in the long run in case of an emergency. Because that's what the globalists are doing. That's what the celebrities are doing. Why you think they got bunkers? Why you think they all got passports in various countries? Why you think they got various homes all over the world? Because they know what's going on. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you can look at it. It's written all over the wall. You got Trump. You got Trump out here really playing the game with y'all. Look, he's the first president that's going to be actively attending the Super Bowl. Now, we know that we're about to see the biggest Super Bowl ritual that we've ever seen. We're going to see the biggest Super Bowl ritual that we ever seen. We already seen it with the plane crash that took place in D.C. between the Black Hawk, which represented the Kansas City Chiefs, the Hawk that represents the indigenous people, and it was coming from Wichita, which is the indigenous people. So, or at least the plane was coming from Wichita. So what they're trying to show you is that the American eagle is going to hit the indigenous, the chiefs. And that's what happened. And so now during this Super Bowl, Trump's showing up, but he want to act like he don't know what happened. And the crazy part about it is in his speech, he tell you that, hey, I don't know how they couldn't have seen it. And the helicopter was flying 200 feet above altitude. He's telling you, I don't know how they couldn't see it. He know that nobody was flying that helicopter. Look, if y'all think that man don't know, he got y'all fooled. Somebody said, it's a lot of people saying the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. It's hard to tell who's going to win. Somebody said, it's a lot of people. Let me see it. Somebody says Trump wants to ban the black national anthem at the Super Bowl this Sunday. He says it's racial and makes him uncomfortable. But he wasn't uncomfortable when your boy, hold on, why it get dark like that? But he wasn't uncomfortable when his AI friend Elon Musk threw up the damn Hitler salute. Why did it just get dark like that, y'all? Hold on real quick. Can y'all still see me? It looks dark on my end. I don't know what happened. Just put a 1 if y'all can see me. At least it looks dark the way what I'm seeing. It did go dark. I don't know why I did that. I guess it's this phone here. I guess it adjusts. All right, it is what it is. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all can hear me. I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna have to go into my settings and mess around with this. It's that new Galaxy S25. It does some weird stuff, even though it has very good quality, though. It has very good quality. But while I'm streaming, it does some strange things, right? Yeah, I mean, y'all gotta understand. Trump had the opportunity to do a comprehensive plan for Black America, just like Biden did 4 years ago. Ice Cube, he had a whole plan written out, and it involved transport, it involved some form of reparation, and it involved a lot. And nobody sat down with the brother. I mean, I believe somebody sat down with him, but he got shut down. The point I'm making is he was the only guy who even attempted to sit down with Trump from our community that Trump would sit down with. And for whatever reason, everybody hated Ice Cube just for sitting down trying to ink out something for us. So our people just want to choose a side. Like, our people always want a king. Like, they want a king to set us free. Let's see. Somebody says Trump equals 419 Ezekiel 33 and 3. Joel 21. Blow a trumpet in Zion. Sound an alarm on the holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. Forth the day of the Lord is coming. It is near. Yo, Trump don't equal none of that. Trump ain't even his real name. Trump ain't even his, like, come on, man, look. Y'all got to stop putting your trust and hope in man. Y'all got to stop it. Yeah, I got a whole lot of trolls up in here, right? If I got somebody with a wrench, man, get rid of these losers. And that's exactly what they are, losers. Because right now we giving some pertinent information that can help you. And they want to play. I don't get on here and be playing with y'all. This stuff is real. Look, let me explain something to you all. This is my actual lifestyle, community building and actually doing what I do. This is my lifestyle. This is not a game. This is not something I play with. It's real out here. The things that I've done behind the scenes and some on the scenes within the last 5 years been all geared towards making sure my people have an opportunity to get something on their own. That's what my life work is about. And ain't nothing to play with. Yeah, I'm hearing in Ghana they got an entire black city out there. I'm actually talk about that. I'm gonna have to do a separate video and get into the details of that. They got a whole black city. Like, when I say a black city, I mean African, quote unquote, African Americans have started a city out in Ghana. But these are the type of things that we got to consider, because America gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. I know there's a lot of Trump supporters out there. I know there's a lot of people who, follow Trump and you believe he's gonna make a lot of changes. Yeah, he's gonna make changes, all right. These changes are gonna cause more freedoms to be taken away. I can tell you this right now. It's gonna get bad here. And you gotta ask yourself, How civilized is this civilization? Just how civilized do you think America really is? Pay attention to your neighbors. Hell, I tell you, pay attention to your friends and family. In desperate times, who can you trust? Because if it ain't no food to eat, people going all out. Book of address tell you people will be pillaging homes, breaking and entering. Do you want to be in harm's way? All the stuff we seen in various countries that are war torn. You think that's not coming to the greatest, so-called greatest country when it comes to conquest? This is the greatest country when it comes to pillaging, destroying, stripping other countries of natural resources. This country is known to not only take from other countries, right? But take their leaders, humiliate them, sacrifice them publicly, turn their own citizens against them. Do you understand how treacherous America is, bro? If I just list from the 90s, if I just take it from the 90s to 2025, and I list all the things they done to other countries, you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, wow, why God ain't judged it yet? Let alone I go all the way back from when they took the land from the North American Indians. Don't get comfortable in this Babylonian society. That's right. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establish a city by iniquity. Whoa. This place is built on blood and iniquity. And this place must fall on blood and iniquity. This is what the pastor not going to tell you. The preacher going to tell you that if you sow a seed, then you're going to be blessed. Like, look, let me tell you something. Look, speaking of that, right? Here it is. I've been here 45 minutes. Almost 1,000 people in here. Look at my super chats. Zero. You know why? Because this is not a feel-good message. It's not a feel-good message. Not saying I'm blaming y'all. I know it's difficult out here in the world. I'm not saying that, but I'm just making an example. But if you go over there to TD Jakes or one of these people who just tickling ears and soothsaying and gainsaying, they get support. They get support. 1,000 people, practically 1,000 people in here, not one red penny. You know why? Because I'm telling the truth. It don't feel good. It don't feel good hearing the truth. I know, I get it. But somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. Somebody said, I heard in Africa they are charging Black America's rent on the same level as it is in America. I sure hope not. I don't believe that's true, though. I don't believe that's true. But what I will say is in certain places of certain parts of Africa, certain countries in Africa, if you are an American and they are considered a third world country, there will be a lot of people who will try you. There'll be a lot of people who try to jug and finesse you. MR, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Geraldo, thank you for the support as well, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Eva says, "You are so sexy, but shout out to you and your wife. You are amazing together." Thank you. I appreciate that. My wife like when, another woman speak her mind. We practice polygyny over here. So my wife, she would like that. She liked that. She would say, "I know he is." And if you the right type of woman, you can join along. You understand? You can join this family and help out if you the right type of woman. You know what I'm saying? You can get your position. You understand what I'm talking about? My wife is good. King Connect, thanks for the support, says the truth you speak is highly appreciated, family. I appreciate it, bro. And Jody Breeze, thanks for the support, says keep preaching the truth. Absolutely. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. But people want to run around acting like ain't nothing happening. Why? Because they give us Uber Eats. They give us DoorDash. They give us just enough to keep us pacified. Meanwhile, the more comfortable we get, the more AI they gonna put out. Let's see. We from failure to fighter. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. Says thank you for doing this, brother New Breed. Vault Keeper says always in need. Thanks, New Breed. Appreciate it. I appreciate the support, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't saying what I was saying just to force y'all to do nothing or nothing like that. I just like to prove my point. You know what I'm saying? Because people be thinking that it's somehow lucrative. They be thinking that it's lucrative to talk the way I talk. They be thinking it's like very beneficial towards me, telling the truth the way I do. And it's really not. It's the complete opposite. If I was to get on here and say, y'all, this year, no matter what you do, just because you special, you all gonna be blessed, then I would get all kind of support. But if I say, y'all, we gonna have to do something because America's going downhill, we're gonna have to put in work. It's gonna take a lot of, it's gonna take a lot of effort to dig ourselves out of this Babylonian pit. And when people hear work and effort, and then people don't want to hear that. They reject that. Trill Team, thanks for the support, says shout out New Breed. Times ahead will require endurance for sure. Keep John your business and he will stay in your business. That's right. Therefore, everything will be everything. Absolutely. That's a fact. Leilana, thank you for the support as well. I appreciate it. As well as J. Rowe, thanks for the support. Imani says appreciate you spreading the truth. Visions of love. Thank you as well. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Definitely appreciate y'all. And also for those who, can't support the work, at least show me some love by liking the video. Just liking the video would do its part as well. I'm telling y'all. Kim says, did anyone else have to submit a copy of their driver's license to the Google update on their credit card info? Yeah, I don't know about that. I haven't. Tracy Henry, thank you for the support. It's appreciated. Yeah, man, it's gonna get real out here. People that you know or think you know, you're gonna see how they really act when the government really shut down. I'm talking about when they start going into these caves, when they go into these underground tunnels, and they just let the AI just run things, and you don't hear nothing from them. Why y'all think they getting the clones together? Why you think they got these people with masks, that these real live synthetic masks? Because your politician's gonna be off in a cave somewhere hiding from judgment. Why they gonna put anybody on TV? to read off that teleprompter. Yo, these people are preparing. Make no mistake about it. Shishi, thank you for the support. Says, may God bless you and your family. I'm grateful to your insight and wisdom. I've grown a lot closer to the Most High. Absolute. All praises to the Most High. Somebody said, loyalty to a fault. Choose one's coming in the fruition of self. You're going to be all right. You are not alone. In the Michael Jackson voice. That's a fact. And I will say that too. You're not alone. See, when I talk this way, I'm speaking to the mass majority when I say, who do you trust? Get away from certain individuals. Because most of us do put our trust in the wrong people, because a lot of times we don't have the option. A lot of God's people who really in the know are few and far in between. So if you're in a highly concentrated area in a city, you may be the only one in your city that can see. You may be the only one in your town that can see. But that doesn't mean you're alone, because we all over the place, people who can see. Soon as you got your personal revelation with the Most High, there was a family that manifested. A spiritual family manifested right then and there. And there were people that were like-minded. You may not have been around them, but they hear. We come together and congregate on this platform all the time. And when we link up and do our events in person, it's the same kind of energy. It's the same kind of love. Of course, you have people who try to spy and infiltrate, but they never last. The people who try to infiltrate this community, they never last. The Most High don't let them. The Most High don't let them stick around. But for a lot of us, we be alone out here. Somebody says it's an AI camera lens on that phone. I don't know about that. Somebody said at one time Noah was the only man preaching. Absolutely, on earth. So I can expect to get criticized and I can expect to infuriate people who have these demonic spirits, because it ain't too many people talking the way I am. Now I hear people trying to, say the same thing. I heard the other day, I heard a well-known creator. He said my exact same sentiments about we got to stop trusting presidents and we got to make our money go around and do X, Y, and Z. And it's a big creator. Big creator. Millions, got like 1 million subscribers, said exactly what I've been saying. But see, I'm not the type of person that be like, that's my talking point. He got that from me or whatever. No, I want to hear look, I don't care if they give me my credit or not. I understand how serious it is for our people to change our mind frames. That I don't care who says it. I don't care who you hear it from. Just get the word out. I don't own the information. The Most High gave me the knowledge and I'm spreading it. That's one thing about it. When it comes to knowledge, you don't own it. No, none of us own information. We spread it so it can spread. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all right now. Rice, beans, battery operated devices. You need your flashlights. You need generators. You need gas. You need gas. Do you know how many military? Listen, I'm gonna tell you. I was speaking with a military veteran. I was at the bank speaking to a military veteran, and he was like, I don't know, sometimes we just naturally gravitate towards each other. And I'm in line and old boys just start talking. Because, I mean, we had a long wait. There was a lot going on in the bank. And he's like, yeah, years ago, when I moved in this area, he's talking about all the changes that's been made. And he started talking about military deploying in different states. He's like, look, my nephew is doing this. He's stationed here, X, Y, and Z. And he's like, it's so strange that nowadays there's military being deployed in different states, National Guard more than ever. And then he actually showed me some statistics, right? He was like, look, he pulled his phone out and he showed me the difference between when he was coming up to now, how much the National Guard gets deployed per year. Bro, it's astronomical. Times 100. Times 100. What do that mean? Martial law's coming. It's coming. Y'all think y'all seeing these trains going by with all these military tanks, and you go to Walmart, you see 200 military and military personnel in their gear and all that. Yo, come on, bro. If you're not paying attention, you're not paying attention. Yeah, they running drills for sure, for sure, for sure. There's a war coming to America. It's going to be a civil war, just like the movie Civil War. And they pulling you over with the ARs. Hey, what kind of American are you? Walmart means martial law. Georgia Guidestones told you what they was trying to do. Yeah. Somebody said the ones of the body, one's mind, regardless of the body part. Exactly. We are one body, one mind. There's people, and it's a lot of elders, bro, that I've spoken to that they can see it. The elders are saying, look, I hope that y'all generation is getting things together, because this country ain't going to be the same. I don't know if it was Trump being put in office that got them talking this way, or it's just them seeing. I think it's a little bit of both. Somebody said 2 Corinthians 9:6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully reap also bountifully. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And you gotta, if you sparing with reaping, you're not gonna reap no benefit, no reward. Just like they say, scared money don't make money. If you don't invest in something that is going to substantiate your future, just as much as you invest in a Babylonian system. The Bible says, render unto what is Caesar's what is Caesar's. But what's the Most High's? The Most High's. If you don't render nothing unto the Most High, or for your future, or for what this kingdom work is about, because we no longer just preaching and teaching. Everybody coming into the truth is about that action. And I'm proud to say that everybody who joined my platform, they show up to events. A lot of people show up. You know why? They're not coming into the truth just hearing a bunch of scriptures. We don't just sit and talk with scriptures for 2, 3, 4, 5 hours and have Bible study every day. No. Everybody, and CJ, he a moderator. He done pulled up. A lot of the people that I'm talking to on this chat, I done met them in person. Andre Cork, shook that brother hand. Whole bunch of brothers, met them. A bunch of sisters, met them. Because the people coming into this truth right now are not just trying to sit there and read the Bible all day. No, they are coming in the whole mind frame of nation building. We got a nation build. They are doers of the word. Everybody coming in that rock with this platform, they come in, they may get the fiber, get the awakening, get the knowledge, but then they about, okay, what do we do, Breed? They're doers. That's the type of people that I build with. Serious-minded people. Very serious minded. Somebody said the sower should know before the plants the way of thoughtfulness and discernment. Be specific and precise in pronouns. Prolifically yet unheard. Yep. It says the sower should know before the plants that the way of thoughtfulness. Yeah, you gotta exactly. You what that person is saying is you have to have discernment to where you plant and where you sow as well. You don't just planting into anywhere. And this is why I have people pull up in real time. This is why I have people show up so you can know what you're dealing with. When we do our events on the land that we have, UP Farms, you get to plant feet. You get to meet the land purchaser. You get to meet the people who've already moved on the land. You get to, because so you can make a crucial decision what you want to do, right? And you can see everybody firsthand who's involved, the type of spirits that we come in with, what time we on. See, I talk about the problems, but I'm not a despair merchant. We talk about solution. And when we do our next event, we're going to be sitting around a round table, and all you brothers who are interested, we're going to talk about what we're going to do with our 110 acres. What are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with it? Somebody said, when is the next event? The next event will be listed in due time, right around when the weather break. We're going to do it this spring. Tristan, thanks for the support. Somebody says, where are you located? I'm located in Georgia, but the event will take place in North Carolina. Right now, we operating in the Bible Belt. A lot of the moves that's going to be made, a lot of the events is going to be right along the Bible Belt, and then we're going to venture out. Psalms 37:19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the day of famine. They shall be satisfied. Nation building is evident. It says, I shall not live in fear. Absolutely. Nation building is evident. And also the Bible says that we will escape our captivity being plenteous in goods and great substance is what it says, verbatim. It says the children of Israel will leave their captivity great in substance. So people, what that tells me is people who are making the right moves, people who are not getting X'd out by artificial intelligence, people who are not getting X'd out by, the military, or people not getting X'd out by the poisons and toxins and X'd out by whatever they put in their veins. People who not getting X'd out, who follow the Holy Spirit will leave this place great in substance. But guess what? Hear this out. If there's no leadership, there's no direction. The Bible says where there is no vision, the people fail. Where there is no vision, the people fail. That's what the scriptures say. So if we don't have a vision for a better tomorrow, we don't have plans, if we don't plan to build our own communities, if we don't plan to police our own environment, if we don't plan to dig wells and plant food, and if we don't plan to build ourselves our own safe haven, our own Goshen, if we don't have no vision, then the people fail. See, these people on the internet who they just want you to sow into them. That's all that really boils down to. They don't have a vision for the people. Their only vision is for you to follow their platforms and donate them money and make them richer. That's their only vision for the people, is to make themselves richer. That's the only vision they have. This is the facts. This is what you deal with on social media. I'm telling y'all right now. Their only mission is to line their pockets up. They are gainsayers. That's all they are, gainsayers. Everything they do is for filthy lucre's sake. They're not thinking about the people. They don't even believe what they be teaching. They don't believe we in the last day. They don't, because they're not going to do anything to prepare for that. These are the facts. My dream is to look up and see a bunch of business owners together. My dream is to look up and see we got our own currency. My dream is to look up and see us on our own lands. And not only do we have businesses there, we have agriculture, we have land, and we have people we can trust, and we ain't being gang stalked and watched, and we ain't got to deal with all these perps in society who make our lives hell. That's my dream. And obviously, something had to happen that made me very uncomfortable with how society is to make me even want that. Something had to happen in my life where I was like, nah, I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of these perpetrators. I'm tired of the constant surveillance. I'm tired of if something happened to us, we call the police and they don't do nothing for us. I'm tired of us not owning anything or having any type of say-so over where we live. Not making the rules in our own community. When I went to Africa, that changed my life when I sat around in Liberia with dignitaries. When I sat around the round table and I'm sitting with people who actually can change laws in their country, that showed me how far we are behind in America. It changed me. Because that's what we supposed to be doing. We supposed to be the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower. Ain't that what the Bible said? If you honor his commandments, that you would be the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. Imagine being in a country that's a third world country, but they got more than you because they got say-so over what happens in their country. But you as an American who built the country don't have say-so over nothing. You control nothing. You must not offend nothing. You can't offend the establishment. You will do as you told, and you will be a good slave Negro, long as you got nice phones and nice TVs and nice cars, but you're going to be a good boy and be happy while we control all the laws, while the judicial system is our strength, where you have no say-so in the land that you built. And that's not supposed to convict my spirit knowing what we dealing with. I understand that there's a lot of people out here who not ready for this. This is meat and potatoes right here. And I'm speaking passionately from what I've experienced in my life that put me down this course. This is nothing to play with. We don't have nothing, but you think you got everything. You have nothing, but you think you got everything. That's what America has done to you. You have nothing. You can't control nothing in your environment. Now, make no mistake about it. If you're a follower of the Most High, you as far as you and your house goes, yeah, you can serve the Most High, and that's great. But the men of the Most High, we need more responsibilities. We need global responsibilities. America ain't giving you nothing. They just want you to be pacified, give you a president that willingly let his right-hand man throw up the Adolf Hitler. Come on, man. They're telling you it's wartime. Somebody said, yeah, they just give you trinkets. That's a fact. Somebody said, why are they stalking us so hard, though? Because we can see. And also, the Most High is working on our behalf. The reason why you're not comfortable in grocery stores because people following. You're not comfortable in some of the airports because people following. You may not be comfortable in certain places of business. Why? Because of the monitoring spirits, the provoking spirits, right? But guess what? It ain't meant for you to be comfortable because you're supposed to have your own airport. You're supposed to have your own banks. You're supposed to have your own grocery store. You're supposed to have your own places of business. That's why you don't feel comfortable. God don't want you to feel comfortable. We've been comfortable long enough, not owning nothing. The black dollar keeps this place afloat. All we got to do is put our dollars together. It's people who get smoked out here for talking the way I talk. It's people who get assassinated for talking the way I talk. I be putting my life on the line for this. But they don't hear me though. They don't feel me though. I put my life on the line bringing this knowledge. Because that's all that matters. That we stop playing as people and do something for ourselves. Stop relying on these damn presidents. They ain't gonna do nothing for you. And we ain't gonna get nowhere if everybody's selfish. If everybody only looking out for themselves. Look where that got us so far. Everybody wanna be in the spirit of preemptiveness. Everybody gotta make sure they eating. Well, I'm getting money. I'm getting money. Well, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You the problem. Or if everybody want to be in secret competition with each other. That's the reason why we in the situation we in now is divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. Ain't no new tricks. Devil ain't got no new tricks. Somebody said people say good job. Hold on. Some people can't say good job or nice this or that. I don't know what you mean by that, but you know, I understand with fair weather speeches and fair weather compliments, and people can say things but they don't do. So I understand that part. Somebody said also government money. I say to everyone, there's more to it. None get money for free. No one get money for free. One day you'll be paying back in free labor. I know people who have had benefits for years. Imagine how much you owe. Yeah, I mean there will come a time where these camps will be out here. The FEMA camps, people are gonna be working in those. There's gonna come times where they just start imprisoning people where you work for free. And I'm talking about a lot of people. Mass incarceration. There's a lot of stuff coming here. Somebody said facts. If you speaking the truth online and waking people up, that can cost you your life. Everybody ain't built to spread the truth. We respect the breed. Keep going for show. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Because a lot of people don't understand what's on the line. They think that I'm like them. They think that, and when I say that, I'm talking about some of the entertainers online. They're content creators, they're entertainers. Even if you find me entertaining, I'm not an entertainer. What I'm talking about is real. I traveled over the Red Sea because I believe in what I'm talking about. I put in the work, made the connections, networked because I believe in what I'm talking about. I traveled land and sea. Many countless days up late night, putting blood, sweat, and tears, prayer, hard work, labor in, because I believe in what I talk about. I'm not on here just to have people like me. I don't care if you like me or not. I'm on here to give the truth. And the truth is, Babylon gonna fall. It's gonna burn. Right before it's broken up in about 4 pieces. It's going to get broken up into about 4 parts. In the next couple of years, Canada going to become part of America, as well as Mexico and other places. And then it's going to break up. We talking about there's going to be colonies again. And those colonies going to be at war. This place is going to implode. Babylon is falling. It's literally breaking apart. It's coming together, then breaking apart. Yeah, somebody said, New Breed, do you have a community WhatsApp connection? Yes, but we'll launch that. We relaunch it every event. Like we start a new WhatsApp chat every event because sometimes people are how do I say this? We like the fact that people network because that's what we start them for. But we like to do WhatsApp groups for the event purposes so we can get a gauge on who's actually showing up, things of that nature. But this next event is going to be listed before, of course, as always, we have a commercial. Like there's going to be commercials aired before streams and things like that when we do our next event. And the next event is going to be beautiful. It's going to be at Myrtle Beach. We're going to rent out a hotel. It's going to be real nice, right by the beach. And anybody who want to come, such as potential investors, or if you're just trying to touch bases on the land, because what we'll do is we'll rent out a bus, and we'll catch the bus and go to the land and stay there for maybe a few hours, have a cookout, and just talk to the land purchaser. You can get a tour of the land and things like that. And then we back to our hotel. See, last time I did a camping event, and that was a lot to deal with, and it was just a lot, right? We will do more camping events, but the next one won't be camping. The next one will be something more comfortable, right? Somebody says, how early can we pay? Once we have it listed, I'll keep you notified. Again, we'll be doing that soon, so I can give everybody ample amount of time. Within the next month or so, we'll start having the commercials, and then within the next month, by the springtime, I'm hoping two things happen: my album release, our event, and we'll do all that around the same time this spring. All right, and it'll give you all a fair amount of time, and it's gonna be inexpensive. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna work with you, and of course, everything is always fundraiser for the land, because I don't think people understand. It's 100 acres. It's 100+ acres. Do you know how much just cutting the grass costs? Just guess how much it costs just to cut all the grass. Just think about it, because sometimes people don't understand it costs a lot to maintain the land. How much it costs to make sure the wells are calibrated, intended to. How much it costs to, have fuel for other generators, and, all of those type of things. Exactly. Costs. The property taxes and things, like all of that stuff costs. So when we factor in these tickets, this is what we're doing. We're making sure that we're able to maintain the land. All right. We're making sure we're able to maintain the land. We're not out here pulling no fast one like with like a Umar or somebody. Well, I'm not even going to throw Umar under the bus, because I understand it costs a lot to build a school. It does. But, this is not one of those situations where, people are showing up and we're not doing nothing. It's not like that. Yep, there's a lot into storage. We have to purchase more storage units. There's just a lot to it. It's not just as easy as people think, right? But what I'm looking for is the people who showing up to the next event. I'm looking forward to meeting some innovative people, people who want to really talk about solutions, people who really want to build a brotherhood and a sisterhood. And that's what it's about in these last days, man, because this is not going to get no better in America. Your boy Trump came in here and did $500 billion on AI. Meanwhile, people are struggling and suffering. Meanwhile, people are having a hard time paying their rent. 500 billion on AI. That's going to replace jobs. You're going to see restaurants totally self-autonomous. Cars. We thinking, oh man, we just going to have to drive Lyft or Uber and all of that. Yo, it's going to be cars pulling up with nobody in them. I, for one, don't even want to get in no car when nobody's in it. I don't even want to get in no car that nobody's in, driving. But that's what's going to take place. But anyway, as always, y'all know how we do. We build. We have these strong builds. I got much more material coming, and it's about to be some real fire content as well. I know some of y'all are here just for the content. Some of y'all are here because y'all ready to mobilize and y'all can see what's going on. And you're also gonna be getting that spiritual voltage that you signed up for. So look, one love to y'all, man. Hey, y'all stay safe out there. Keep your head up. Be blessed. Shalom. Peace.